Hallo und herzlich willkommen.
Hello from Upper Bavaria, Germany, more precisely welcome to the town of Bad Reichenhall. You find us here in this historic building, that was once the storage for the supply of a famous German food salt brand, which in the country's supermarkets is very distinctive due to its yellow and blue packaging, and here is so to speak the birthplace of this famous salt. Here with me is Christian Hufnagel from Loxone 24, a Loxone Platinum partner. Christian, maybe you can explain to us briefly the project and what you have installed here.
Was ist das für ein Projekt, was ihr hier realisiert habt?
But first, let's hear from the managing director of the operating company, who will tell us about the history of this building and the projects.
We are here in the old salt works in Magazine 3.
Das Magazin 3 war
Magazine 3 was originally built as one of 4 buildings for the storage of salt that was produced in the 4 brewhouses in the area.
gestellt wurde und dann gelagert hier.
This building historically was purely just a storage facility. However, nowadays the building's usage has completely changed, becoming more lively and a key part of the community, as the rooms have been turned into an event space, which is used by the Art and Culture Association and by the Solin Gasthofveranstaltungs GmbH, who both carry out events here.
Vom Salin Gastroveranstaltungs
The Art Association carries out concerts and cabaret events in the space, but the space is also used as a location for high-end functions such as weddings and company parties.
der Gastro wurde genutzt als Location für Hochzeiten und für Firmenfeier etc.
Let's hand back over to Mr. Christian Hufnagel, who will guide you through the technical equipment side of the renovation.
Ausstattung des Gebäudes.
So this is what we have already implemented here. On the technical side, the building had the classic scenario of a separate ventilation and heating control system. So with Loxone Control, using the mini server, we created an intelligent network to connect them as a whole system that intelligently automates the control of the heating, ventilation and lighting.
Einfach intelligent zu steuern.
Das heißt, als Sie hier
So when you first came here, what was the status quo? You said it was an events and cultural center, right? We have had a glimpse into the technical room, but what did you originally find there?
Was habt ihr da vorgefunden, sage ich mal?
Basically, through the Loxone system, using the Loxone Modbus interface, we connected the ventilation and heating control centers in the building together. Previously, the two systems did not communicate intelligently with each other, meaning that sometimes the heating system and ventilation system were both on together and they were trying to do the opposite thing to each other, which of course was an energy efficiency and monetary disaster. So it was key that Loxone was implemented so that both systems' controls work intelligently together. Plus, as a social space for different groups, there are many different people who need to control the building, so Loxone being one system, one app, with remote access and different user permissions has led to easier building management. A highlight is the operating times function, where staff can plan events in advance. For example, a wedding here, you can really plan for in the app and say, for example, guests will arrive at the venue in the afternoon, the whole room control, the ventilation, everything will already be set up for them ahead of time as it is all planned, scheduled and automated. This is just a small part of the power and functionality Loxone provides its users.
That is smart implementation of the smart system for this use case. I think especially in an old stone-walled building like this one, it can be an energy guzzler, but due to intelligent implementation of automation here, this is mitigated. So how many actuators do you have in use here?
Stellantriebe habt ihr hier im Einsatz?
Diese Größe
There are 50 actuators in use, so quite a lot. The ventilation also supports this, of course, which means that we are basically always at an eco temperature in the building, which means saving energy is very important, and so we only really heat and cool when it is necessary. But this whole Loxone control system is great as it is super efficient and super intuitive.
intuitiv auch zum Bedienen.
Perfect, and aside from the energy challenge, I also see up here a great job with lighting.
Exactly, so most of the lighting technology here is through DALI, which is super to integrate into the Loxone system, as Loxone offers the DALI extension. Lighting is now 80% of the time using DALI, but for the rest we used part of a relay extension. The outdoor lighting is also being completely controlled via the Loxone system, including time control, so that in the evening atmospheric lighting turns on. Plus, the event lighting is easy to activate. It was key for the operators that the system was as simple and easy as possible, which has been achieved via the Loxone app, and also through the new module description function, which we love and use all the time, because you can really describe each module, meaning that someone with minimal technical knowledge can easily understand it in the app, answering questions for users and helping us as installers describe new functionality to them, meaning people can use them very well.
gut ein, sage ich mal.
Ja, das ist auf jeden Fall auch.
Yes, that's definitely good to mention that, Christian, because these operating times or the description are great for the end customer, and as you are perhaps one of the partners whose business structure makes them closer to these end customers, you can really see this, especially as you have such a large number, you can see the trends. And for the topic of lighting, there were a few nice insights there. As now when I come into a building, I always see the space with a bit of a Loxone eye and then see, oh look here you have cool indirect lighting, outside the railing of the stairs is actually beautifully staged, but these are things that just work well in the overall package for the customer. So what is in store for you in the future regarding other projects?
Was steht bei euch so vielleicht in der Zukunft an? Wo habt ihr momentan so andere Projekte? Wo seid ihr sonst im Bereich?
Expansion is happening for us into commercial properties, event spaces, and the hotel industry. We have now also completed a few projects with the central theme of wellness. Within this wellness space, energy consumption is high, through the likes of saunas and stuff like that, which need help with load derating and load management. Loxone is the perfect solution for this. Our projects have spanned from wellness, to restaurants, to outdoor spaces, plus recently into a fitness space with the Loxone audio server. The client wanted for their customers to be able to control all of the music themselves, and this is simple with Loxone, so that they can constantly expand the system as and when they like. In this building, for example, we have two mini-servers, one for external access control and one for the rest of the functions, so a client gateway is used. That is, the IT does not have to be special, like making port forwarding, but instead for the whole of the security system it is great to use Loxone, plus this makes it simpler for the end customer, as in our opinion Loxone is the best complete system that you can currently get on the market.
Yes, you have a mini-server generation 1 here, right, which highlights its and Loxone product's longevity, just illustrating how even though it is a good few years old now, it still runs perfectly.
Aber ich glaube, der läuft auch hier noch einwandfrei.
Genau,
oder?
der läuft als Client.
We do. It is still used here, running as a client to the mini-server generation 2. There are a few KNX switches here which can be integrated perfectly using the mini-server generation 1. The Loxone system runs very well here as all other actuators and sensors are from Loxone, which means that we also have all the presence detectors in the WCs, all the switches, it's all Loxone technology. But as I said, the interfaces are open, which are now almost for anything. They are
Die
great.
setzt man da wirklich super ein.
Super, thank you for the insight into the exciting project here in Magazine 3, Bad Reichenhall. It's definitely worth heading over to the website or dropping by the space if you are ever in the area to see more. We will be sure to catch up with you again, to hear the latest on the spa wellness area for the hotel that was mentioned earlier. And if you liked the video, please drop us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more case studies, plus for more energy management content be sure to head over to loxone.com.
Gibt's auch auf loxone.com.